mold, dentin, pulp, cementum, crown, neck, root. So I don't care about incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. Then we go to hard palate, and we're back to this guy. Hard palate is the bone part of the roof of the mouth, and the soft palate is the fleshy part of the roof of the mouth. The uvula is a little punching bag at the back of the throat. That's what closes off the nasopharynx from the oropharynx so that when you're chewing, you're still breathing.
The punching bag does?
Well, the soft palate does. The soft palate together with those little papillae on the back of the tongue, you can then keep breathing while you're chewing. Try that. Do it, and you can feel that your tongue is sticking itself to the back of your throat while you do it. So everybody's going to go start chewing.
We got roots today.
Salivary glands, we've got the parotid. Parotid's outside on the cheek there under the ear. And then we've got sublingual and submandibular. Sublingual means under the tongue. It's got multiple duct. Submandibular is this one, and there's the submandibular duct, the single duct. The keys call this submaxillary gland. We all know this is the maxilla, not this. So be careful with some of these keys. This key. Got it. Listening.
Is that on PowerPoint as well, incorrectly like that?
I don't think it's incorrect on the PowerPoint.
Okay.
Pictures on there. You might have to add some of your own lines and terms and stuff like that. Nasopharynx, oropharynx, laryngopharynx, so nasopharynx, oropharynx, laryngopharynx. So the pharynx is right from here to there. So where the soft palate is, down to inside of the epiglottis, that's pharynx. The whole thing's the pharynx. Naso, oro, laryngeo. And these terms are both on the respiratory and the digestive system. So larynx is there. We'll come back to larynx when we do the larynx over there. Epiglottis also, trachea, glottis. Those are all respiratory terms. I hit those in the respiratory system.
So all 7.
Yeah, all 7.
Okay.
Even though four of them are respiratory. So esophagus, gastroesophageal sphincter. So we're taking a look at the stomach now. Stomach model. So the esophagus is up here. So it's in your body like that. So esophagus is up here. Esophageal sphincter, sometimes called the cardiac sphincter. Fundus, body, pylorus. You can see there is a valve, which we were talking about that.
Antrum?
Yeah.
Because when I took it, it was called the antrum.
Yeah, it might still be some places.
The whole thing's referred to stomach. That doesn't indicate a portion or region, does it?
The whole thing's the stomach. Yes. Pyloric sphincter is down here. We're on page 24. Rugae, like a washboard. Greater curvature, lesser curvature. Okay, greater omentum, lesser omentum. I don't have a good model for those, so you can skip greater omentum, lesser omentum.
Greater curvature was the bottom. What was lesser?
So skip 12 and 13.
Yeah, you should know what they are, but I don't have a model
All right.
to show you. I mean, if you leave the greater omentum on these models, then you can't see what's behind it. Skipping to part 4.
How about mucosa, submucosa?
That's a microscope slide.
Small intestine, Jude.
I'm not going to do microscope slides.
Oh, so we're skipping B, all those?
We're skipping those on a microscope slide. I'm going to show them to you on the model. Those
Okay.
are listed twice on there.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. Small intestine. So So the duodenum on this picture, you could tell there's a duodenum up here because it's attached to the stomach. You could tell that there's a jejunum. It's in the middle, but I can't point to a jejunum. If I point to that, you just say small intestine. Here's ileum. So I can point to duodenum and ileum, and then somewhere in the middle is all the other small intestines. So jejunum is one that is not going to be an answer because I can't just point to it by itself. I could on a microscope slide, but I'm not doing the microscope slides. Ileocecal sphincter, there's one on this one. And mesenteries, again, the mesenteries you don't see on here, but we do see the mesenteries. There. Look at the inside of that. Mesenteries. There's the mesenteries. So that's the. Here's another place where you see the sphincter, ileocecal sphincter under here. Small intestines, all held together by the mesenteries.
What's the mesenteries, which one? The gray stuff?
Well, I think this is gray and this is white.
Well, okay.
Light gray, dark gray.
Okay.
With the blood vessels in it. Mesenteries. There's mesenteries everywhere in there. That's just a good example of mesenteries. Okay, and then we've got over here, we're going to move on to the villi. There's 3 models of villi. 1, 2, 3 models of the villi, and they all have, and remember this is the outside and this is the inside, so serosa, muscularis, submucosa, mucosa. This is the muscularis mucosa. Muscularis mucosa is part of the mucosa. So between the muscle layers is the submucosa. And then you have the muscularis, and then you have the serosa. When you look at the stomach has 3 layers of muscles. It's this layer and these 2 layers, and so the submucosa is just thin and they're all tacked together. So that's how the stomach can have 3 muscle layers when the digestive tract isn't supposed to have 3, because we're including this one together with that one. This is like supposed to be pointing up here. This is the intestinal glands here, and that's when it's blown up. So this shows the intestinal glands here, and this one shows the intestinal glands over here. They're in the mucosa.
Real quick again. Inside, outside, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, on 4B, see, I don't know, she had 1 through 9 labeled.
Well, you can look in my book. Before B, 1 through, yeah, all of them, 1 through 9.
1 through 9, okay.
C is the slide. B is the model. What was I missing? The capillary bed and lacteal. So this is all lymphatic tissue.
Lymph nodes.
Lymph nodes are scattered around. Nodules, nodes. I'm not going to ask that question. Okay, then we go to parts of the large intestine. I can't do the anal sphincter, but otherwise everything else. So here's the large intestine. Starts here, the ileocecals. There's the cecum down below, and off of the cecum is the appendix. So cecum, and then it's ascending, transverse, descending, sigmoid, S-curve, rectum. Sphincters in the body wall. I could dissect that apart if I wanted to, but it's the sphincters done in the body wall. What did I miss on that? Oh, the flexures, so the liver's over here, and the spleen's over there, so that's hepatic flexure and splenic flexure. Then we've got this. Now, there's another model. It's got a little slice of the liver on here, so the hepatic arteries coming up here out of the liver. I don't know. There's another model that's